Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. Have you ever inhaled the best basketball shot ever and wished you had gotten it on tape? Maybe you barely escaped a near-death situation. Most of our craziest, lucky moments go undocumented. But for these 10 people, the camera was recording at just the right time. From people almost getting killed by trees and vehicles, to babies getting dragged by vicious dogs. Check out these people's luckiest moments caught on tape. But before we get started, why not become an archivist today by clicking that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you end up enjoying this video, let us know by giving it a thumbs up. And in the comments section, tell us your luckiest moment you wish you captured on film. Number 10. When trees attack. Our very first video is one that has me thinking we are never safe, no matter how far from danger we think we are. Even walking our dog could get us killed. Don't believe me? Just wait. Sure, this may be an extreme case of a woman walking by at just the right time, but something tells me this happens all the time. It just doesn't get caught on tape like it did here. It makes you question everything. Just look at this woman whose walk in the rain almost got deadly when she walked by a particularly unstable tree. This woman was just walking in the rain when a tree came crashing down right by her. Number 9. Vicious dog attacks baby. You can't just leave your baby on the driveway the way you could before. Back in the 60s, that's where everyone left their babies. Or was that just at my house? Well, regardless, nothing ever happened to my siblings and I, so I have to think that this kind of danger is a new age thing. This baby is just hanging out on the driveway by the car on his tiny little balance bike. But who hasn't seen a scene like that? But the dog that comes out of nowhere to snatch him certainly doesn't make an appearance in my own memories. Luckily, this little guy has his very own, you guessed it, feline hero. A cat comes to save the day, and the whole thing gets caught on tape in the process. Number 8. Men on jet skis. There's a reason why men don't live as long as women. You call it physiology. I call it the way things are. Need proof? Check out this guy and his jet ski skills. It'll make you think twice about how you drive any motorized vehicle, whether you're a man or a woman. This woman thought all she had to do to stay safe was drive carefully. Turns out that wasn't enough. As the man almost runs her down with his jet ski, she gets off with not even a scratch. But that could have been much worse, and she's lucky to get away with only a video to show people of the time someone almost ran her over in the most unlikely of places. Number 7. Motorcyclist starts doing funny business. Possibly the only crazier thing to try on a motorbike than a wheelie in traffic is one on the highway. Most wouldn't live to tell the tale of the time they attempted, but not this guy. He was having an extra lucky day. Despite the fact he decided to try something dumb, it worked out all right. Check him out. His life must have flashed before his eyes, not knowing whether he was going to land on his face or not. I even think this is great footage of how lucky everyone around him was that he didn't crash into one of them. Number 6. The Best Placed Pole Award. Maybe there's no award out there for poles that are located in just the right place at just the right time. But if there were, believe me that this one would win. I know at least one person who would agree with me too. Who, you ask? The guy whose life it saved. Watch. I mean, really, that pole couldn't have been in a more blessed position for that man to live another day. I'd be naming my firstborn Pole if I were him. Number 5. Cyclist shockingly doesn't die. Some people like to bike on the sidewalk to avoid the chaos of traffic that could unforeseeably turn dangerous. What no one tells you is that crosswalks are still the street, and you're just as likely to get trampled there. So unless you're planning on staying on the sidewalk and never crossing the street, you'll never avoid the dangers of bad drivers. Just ask this guy who had 2 back-to-back collisions with the 2 cars involved in a crash right next to him, and yet somehow didn't die. It seems like he got hit by both cars at just the right time to receive the least amount of impact and didn't end up under either of them. So, can you get any luckier? Number 4. A parent's nightmare. Teach your children to cross the street. Tell them to cross when they have plenty of time, to run hard if they're going to run at all. Teach them to call for help if they feel they can't cross alone. For God's sake, teach them to do anything but this. If you ever picture your children out in the world without you, try to not give yourself a panic attack by thinking of this girl who doesn't even look back at the driver as a "thank you for not running me over." Number 3. Don't sit on the curb. There's a reason why sitting on the curb is the international sign of failure. You don't sit on the ground unless you're not doing well at all. Here's a tip. Don't do it even if you are. Why? You never know who's speeding towards you with a death wish for you. These guys sat on the curb, maybe during a lunch break or something on a slow day, and looked up just milliseconds before the car that almost killed him hit. They quickly moved out of the way and watched the tree in front of them take the death they certainly would have had. Number 2. A car to the face. As soon as you see the angle of this shot, you'll know who's about to get a real close call with death itself. And that's exactly what happens. Is there any part of a NASCAR race where you can watch and be safe? Not at those speeds. You wouldn't catch me leaning over the rail at a race, ever. Why? Just watch. This guy might have had the luckiest day of all. Frankly, it was probably part of his job, so he'll be back at that track real soon, just as soon as he makes a comeback from that near-fatal heart attack. Number 1. Expect the unexpected. I'm sure that when this guy told his mom, "Oh, we're just going to ride through the mountains," she worried about his bike going down the mountain full speed, maybe with him on it. That certainly wasn't the case though, because while riding through those curvy roads, it was someone else's bike that almost made this day his last. He bounced right back though, and he even seemed mad for some reason. Like, "Man, you just survived the most unexpected problem. Cheer up." Thanks for watching. I've had several of these kinds of moments in my lifetime, but never caught one happening on camera. How about you? Let us know in the comments, and vote which person on this list you thought had the luckiest day. Hey, and make this your lucky day by subscribing, clicking the bell to be notified when new videos are released, and giving this one a like. Film yourself doing so and send it to us if you like. We'd love to see it.